What's up guys, Mike here, and today's video is honestly very self-explanatory. We are looking at 5 times NBA fans went too far, and in return, the players they were trash talking went off. So with that said, I think that's enough of an intro. Let's jump in with number 5, LeBron versus Chris Bosh's girlfriend. Coming into this game, the Cavaliers were a game behind 500 and were still angry from getting swept in the finals the previous year. Everyone on this team, LeBron especially, wanted to make it back to the finals and redeem themselves, and of course, having a losing record in the regular season was not exactly going to accomplish that goal. So with Toronto leading by 13 at the start of the fourth quarter, and with LeBron playing horribly as he was shooting just 6 for 19 from the field, the Cavs were in desperation mode and needed to turn things around fast. And wouldn't you know it, the motivation to go out and get that win would come from the unlikely source of Chris Bosh's girlfriend. Because throughout this game, Chris Bosh's girlfriend was sitting courtside and was non-stop trash talking LeBron. She was ripping into him about his missed shots. She was getting personal about his hairline, and LeBron was not exactly happy. This was especially clear when, with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game, LeBron was fouled when going for a dunk and was hit with another round of trash talk. Now, we don't know what was exactly said. Maybe it had something to do with Delonte West, I don't know. But what we do know is that this was the final straw for LeBron. Up until this play happened, LeBron only had 17 points. That would quickly change as he immediately drained back-to-back threes and then dished out back-to-back assists for Damon Jones threes to cut the lead to 2. At this point in the game, angry LeBron just could not be stopped. Play after play, he either scored the ball or assisted one of his teammates, and by the time this game was over, LeBron had scored or assisted on 11 of the 12 Cavalier field goals in the fourth, and he scored 15 of his team's last 19 points. To top things off, he would even secure the 93-90 win with 2 free throws with 24 seconds left on the clock. And after the game, LeBron was asked about the trash talk coming to him from Chris Bosh's girlfriend, and he would say, "The reason the Raptors lost tonight was because they ticked me off a little bit." The they in that sentence, of course, meaning Chris Bosh's girlfriend and his cousin, who was also trash talking. And just quick side note, how hilarious is this story? Imagine bringing your girl to a basketball game and somehow she's the reason you lose. I mean, I'm pretty sure the car ride home after this was very uncomfortable. Number 4, Russell Westbrook versus guy who obviously has other bad things going on in his life and decided to take out his anger on a professional basketball player. In the first game of the 2017 regular season, Russell Westbrook was without Kevin Durant for the first time and was determined to prove to the world that he could win games without him, which is probably why at first Russ began to force things and just wasn't playing well. In the first 7 minutes of the game, he shot 2 for 5 and already turned the ball over twice when, on a drive to the basket, he would be fouled by TJ McConnell and made an and one. After this shot went in, Russ would end up on the baseline, and it was then that he was practically attacked by 2 middle fingers from this man. Because he was fined $25,000 in the playoffs the previous year, Russ was determined to keep his cool and didn't respond, and instead pointed at the guy because this was just absurd and clearly over the top. Security would actually kick this fan out of the game for doing this, and at this point the Sixers were up 18-10, but Russell Westbrook was now fired up. Now he was in the zone and seemingly controlled the game with ease. By the time the fourth quarter ended, the Thunder would win 103-97, and Russ himself would finish with 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists, which of course was 1 assist shy of a triple-double, but that didn't really matter because this was the season where Russ would average a triple-double and eventually win the MVP. In the post-game interview after Game 1, Russ was asked about the incident but didn't comment because he didn't want to get fined again. Eventually though, it would come out that this all started because Russ looked at that fan and said, "Sit down, f***ing fat boy." Number 3, isn't it crazy that this meme is real? It's always tough to see a Golden State Warriors fan like this have to watch his team in the NBA Finals lose because of some big time injuries. Oh wait, Drake is a fan of celebrities? Just kidding, I love Drake. Drake, if you're watching, that would honestly be kind of weird. Number 2, Michael Jordan versus a man who clearly was not thinking. During the 1996 NBA season, a bold bald man by the name of Adam Contis decided to illegally sneak in a video camera and film the Bulls vs. Cavs game courtside. Again, this was risky. If he got caught, he had the chance of receiving a lifetime ban to the Cleveland Stadium. But he didn't get caught, and it's very lucky he didn't, because he was able to capture a classic Michael Jordan vs. trash talker moment. Also, remember, this was 1996, which means that Michael Jordan was not only established as the best player in the world, he had also gained the reputation of an incredible trash talker and as someone you do not want to trash talk ever. Seriously, it was basically an unspoken rule at this time to not trash talk Mike, because if you did, he was going to make you pay. With that said, for whatever reason though, maybe it was the first basketball game he had ever been to, this Cleveland Cavalier fan decided to start trash talking Jordan after he only had 6 points in the first half. And if we're being honest, what the fan was actually saying to Jordan was pretty lame. He was saying things like, "Michael, it's the shoes. Go back to the old ones, you were better," which isn't exactly the most creative trash talk in the world, but again, any amount of trash talk to Michael Jordan was enough to make him go off. The best part about this particular trash talk though was that Mike pretended that he didn't hear it. Then, after hitting this shot, the trash talking fan would watch in shock as Mike started pointing and yelling at him. From there, Jordan would absolutely take over, and after only scoring 6 points in the first half, would finish with 29 and a commanding Bulls lead. It was then that while sitting on the bench, Jordan stared at the fan, made sure he got his attention, pointed at him, and then shushed him, which honestly was just good advice. You don't trash talk Michael Jordan in anything. It's never going to end well. And speaking of things not ending well, I've already talked about this story in another video, but maybe you haven't heard it. If you have, it's still amazing, as in a game against the Utah Jazz, Michael Jordan would throw down a vicious dunk over John Stockton, a man who was shorter than him. So when running back up the court, Jazz owner Larry Miller decided to yell at Jordan and say, "Pick on someone your own size." On the very next possession, Mike would do just that, as he would dunk on 7'1" center Mel Turpin, turn around and shout at Miller, "Is he big enough for you?" What a savage. And number 1, Blake Griffin is petty. Now, this doesn't really fit into this video's concept, but I had to make an exception because this was just incredible. We are in the first round of the 2014 playoffs here, and the Clippers are playing the Warriors on the Clippers home court. Now, normally on your home court, you expect a ton of fan support, but Blake Griffin would get unlucky on this night as a Golden State Warriors fan was sitting courtside and was trash talking him non-stop. Now, like I said, this doesn't exactly fit into this video because Blake did not get revenge on him this game, at least in terms of wins. However, he would get the ultimate revenge, as with the game tied, Blake fouls out, and then, as he's complaining about the call, he has a cup of water in his hands and throws up his arms in disgust. When this happens, the water goes flying out of the cup and right onto the Warriors fan who was trash talking Blake. The best part about this, of course, is that Blake never looks at the Warriors fan, so he was able to claim that this was an accident and he received no fine or any type of suspension. That was key. He both got his revenge and stayed on the court, and eventually the Clippers would beat the Warriors in 7 games. And there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you're new to this channel and you love the NBA, make sure to subscribe. All I do is make NBA and basketball content. If you like basketball, you're not gonna want to miss a video. And to everyone already subscribed, thank you guys so much for supporting. You're awesome, we all know it, and as always, have an awesome day, and cue that music. By the way, if you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are going to love watching. All you have to do is just click on either one of them on the screen right here, and other than that, guys, again, have a great day, and peace.